Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Dopamine Fiend. And today, we're hitting the gym. Not the actual gym, just the mental gym. We're going to train our dopamine, learn how to do it, and go from gym to goal to grind. So, buckle up, and let's dive right in. Alright guys, so here's the thing about dopamine. It doesn't just exist in your head. It lives in your hustle, your habits, like we talked about, your workouts, and your wins. And like any muscle worth flexing, you can train it. According to NYU Neuroscience, exercise increases dopamine release across your brain's reward network. Basically, it's a natural pre-workout for your motivation. And there's a review from UC Berkeley's Greater Good Science Center that found regular training upgrades your dopamine receptors too. So that means the more you move, the more sensitive your brain becomes to healthy reward. And I can definitely back that up. I've been on my fitness journey for a little over 2 years now. And I love going to the gym. I love it because every day I get stronger. Every day I feel better. I went from barely being able to walk to having zero body pain, and I'm absolutely grateful. That was my long-term reward, and I'm never looking back. So definitely a testimonial to that. That's absolutely true. So you're not just building the muscle, you're remodeling your motivation. Dr. Kelly Lambert at the University of Richmond said, when you perform goal-directed movements, lifting, cleaning, creating, building, your brain releases dopamine as feedback. It's like your nervous system is saying, see, we can handle things. You don't need a TED Talk. You need traction. And you know what? I don't like cleaning. I don't like cleaning, guys. I much rather lift to get my dopamine, but cleaning is not my friend. I need to make it my friend, though. I need to make it my friend. We got to rewire it, right? Cleaning is not fun, but it's necessary. Maybe one day I'll get a maid. No, I'm just kidding. No, I feel better. I don't like people touching my things. So I will definitely incorporate more cleaning. And I think it's mostly the laundry. Like my dryer is forever full because I never take them out. And I'm like, oh, I need a shirt. Oh, it's wrinkled. Let me just turn on the dryer for 20 minutes and unwrinkle it. I think that's my bad habit I need to break. So we're gonna work on that. So all in all, your movement proves capability, and capability builds confidence, and confidence triggers consistency. And that, my fiends, is the feedback loop of a dopamine disciplined life. And when TikTok influencers tell you that the best thing you can do for your confidence is to follow through with what you say you're going to do, that is absolutely true. That triggers the dopamine. The dopamine triggers the motivation. And then you get the reward. And then the memory of the reward comes into play every single time. Because you felt good about doing it. Now, at first, it's not going to feel good. But when you actually do it, you'll feel better. Like my goal right now is to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I have a very busy day, so I want to wake up at 3, but sometimes I end up waking up at 4. And when I wake up at 4, my whole day feels rushed. So I keep telling myself I'm going to wake up at 3. And then the phone keeps crawling back into my bed and I keep hitting snooze. So I'm going to work on that too. So, I'm a work in progress too, guys. I'm not perfect when I'm talking about all this stuff with dopamine because I'm learning with you guys. I'm learning how to maintain my dopamine, how to upgrade it, how to get rid of my bad habits and replace it with good ones. I also want to read Atomic Habits by James Clear because I heard that was a really good book for habits. And there's also this book called The Power of Consistency. I cannot remember who wrote it, but if I do remember, I will put it in my notes, in my sources, underneath the description of this show, of this episode. So, anyways, according to Dr. Andrew Huberman at Stanford, he said, effort plus reward creates a chemical cocktail. Dopamine for drive, serotonin for satisfaction, and endorphins for ease. If you skip any one of those, you'll either burn out or zone out. That's why you can hit every rep and still feel empty, because you may have trained the body, but you ignored the chemistry. You can't just go to the gym, as an example. You can't just go to the gym and just do the reps, right? Oh, I got 12 reps in. Yeah, but you did it in 10 seconds for one. You didn't actually lift heavier. You didn't train to failure, so that way you can feel the brain and feel your chemistry flowing through your body and be like, oh, I did that. I lifted heavier than last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it is, right? So let's talk real life, guys. You wake up, you hit snooze, like me. It's a micro dopamine. Oh, comfort. Yep, that's what I do. I had to call myself out again. Sorry. Your scroll socials, you get a bigger hit. Look at me escaping reality. We all do it. Tunnel vision. I've done it. I'm working on that. It's hard, but doable. A caffeine spike, car chaos, late emails. Your brain's sprinting before breakfast. Then you try to chase that same high in the gym, but your receptors are fried before you even warm up. Training dopamine means flipping that script, giving your body controlled challenges and intentional rest so the highs and lows make sense again. According to Neurobiology of Stress, alternating periods of effort and deep recovery resets baseline dopamine levels. No rest, you're going to plateau. No challenge, you're going to wilt. If you balance both, you'll rise. You will rise so high. And when you start seeing effort as pleasure instead of punishment, the dopamine becomes discipline. You no longer are controlled by it. You control it. So, now it's time to fix your chemistry. We're going to build that neuro six-pack with 5 tips. Number 1, train for the chase, not the trophy. Dr. Wolfram Schultz did it again and said that dopamine spikes during anticipation, not at the finish line, right? We've said this. So stop waiting for the medal and fall in love with the momentum. And that's something I'm working on too. I have a lot going on and I just want to get things done. But I'm enjoying the journey along the way. Because when you look back after you hit that reward, you're going to be like, remember all the hard work you put into getting there? And that's when the dopamine is really going to flood your brain. Be like, I am so proud of myself. And your brain's going to be like, I'm proud of you too. Number 2, do hard things on purpose. Your brain hates discomfort. But if you conquer it, it'll flood you with clean dopamine. So lift heavier, learn longer, make the scary call. That's neurochemical growth, baby. And that's calling me out too, because I have a sales job as well. And cold calling is not my strong suit. I get nervous. Not gonna lie. It may not sound like it in other aspects, because this is just something that's uncomfortable for me. It's discomfort, right? But I'm neurochemically growing, guys. So every call that I make, I'm like, yep, I made that call. Yep, I made that call. It may only be 5 calls a day, but it's 5 more calls than I did the day before. I say a lot. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to fix that. Number 3, rest like it's your job. You don't grow in the grind. You grow in the recovery. The Sleep Foundation states 1 full night of sleep restores dopamine receptor sensitivity by up to 20%. So if you skip it, you're showing up to the gym chemically hungover. I've been there. I've done that. When my doom scrolling goes past midnight and I have to wake up at 4 a.m, or try to wake up at 3, I feel like I was out all night drinking, and I don't even drink anymore. It's wild, but it's true. Number 4, ditch the pre-workout chaos. You don't need caffeine, crisis, or drama to move. According to Harvard Health, natural light and morning movement trigger the same dopamine pathways as an energy drink, but you don't get the crash. And I don't even take pre-workout anymore. I think I've said this already. But I don't take pre-workout anymore because, one, I don't need it. I'm trying to work on my brain health, and that was an insane spike of caffeine that I'd get every morning. You know, when you first have pre-workout and your ears start tingling? Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal. You're bouncing off the walls. It might as well be legal crack. I'm serious. Probably because I'm laughing at myself. It might as well be legal crack. It's so many milligrams in pre-workout alone. And then I used to try this crazy intense pre-workout where it had like 500 to 600 milligrams. It was a lot. I could only take half a scoop, and I was still bouncing off the walls hours after the gym. It's like, I cannot do this anymore. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Number 5, track the grind. When there's visible progress, there's visible dopamine. Take progress pics, have notebooks, do some journaling, streaks other than Snapchat. Find another kind of streak, because your brain loves the proof. So your dopamine is basically a diva, okay? She needs structure, praise, and naps. Gotta give her all 3. Now, if you're a boy, your dopamine might be a girl too. You never know. No, I'm just kidding. But you get what I mean. Your dopamine requires a lot. But you don't have to do a lot. It's just micro hits of clean dopamine, of good habits every single day. The momentum is what matters more than anything. You will get to your results faster than waiting for the anticipation of the giant dopamine hit, or the cheap dopamine. That's not going to get you far either. So when you train your dopamine, your discipline stops feeling like punishment and it starts feeling like pride. You stop chasing the motivation because it's already wired in. And that's when your grind becomes your groove. It'll become like second nature. It'll become a muscle memory. Be like, no, I gotta do it. I have to go to the gym. I'm so serious. I have to go to the gym 6 days a week. I will feel weird if I don't. Now, if I have other plans or if I'm going on vacation, I will try to even go to the gym on vacation. I have once. I went to Vegas recently and I went to the gym 3 out of the 4 days I was there. So just remember that moving in each and every day, guys. You got this. So next episode, we're diving into the darker side. When stress and trauma hijack dopamine and make peace feel uncomfortable. Dopamine Fiend. Backed by neuroscience. Delivered with sass. I will see you guys next episode.